for joining with us. We have people from all around the world. We're so excited today because we're going to be launching a whole bunch of new initiatives that is going to make a difference around the world. In the next section, we're going to be talking about our Make a Difference program that we're kicking off today. Believe it or not, Christmas is 9 weeks away, and our Make a Difference program is going to go into full tilt today. We're going to be talking about that in our next section. But the first section I want to talk about today is our mandate. Now, what is a mandate? A mandate is what we're supposed to be doing. Where are we going? This is our goal. You know, when John F. Kennedy said that we're going to get to the moon and back in this decade, that was a mandate. He did that in the early 60s, and it took a handful of years to get there. But by 1969, they got to the moon and safely returned. It was a massive project, and that massive project took a lot of people to make it happen. And this is our mandate. Our mandate is to make a difference in the world, to make a positive difference in the world. Our mandate is to improve people's lives. So when you think about what we do and how we do it, you know, there's a couple of different things that we have. We have our purposes, and everything that we have on our website is wonderful, but there's a chunk right above it. There's a chunk right above it that is actually our bigger long-term goal. And our bigger long-term goal is to make a much bigger impact than we are. And the purpose is to improve generations of lives. So we talk about, you know, making a difference for you. So you're going to, why am I going to this class? Well, hopefully, we know it will, is going to make a difference in your life. But really what the goal is for you to be able to take that information and help the next generation. Your job is to improve other people's lives. My good friend Robert Allen says, you know, good parents give their kids good memories. Bad parents give their kids bad memories. Your job is to start teaching and helping those around you. Your job is to be able to share the wealth. Now, we created a wonderful platform that people can have access to, but the reality is that your job is to be able to learn these concepts and then teach them to the next generation. Your job is to be able to pull out an envelope or a single piece of paper and start doodling and teaching about the 5 steps or the wealth formula or any of the success programs that we have. Your job is to make a difference in people's lives. My mom and dad did that. You know, my mom and dad were born in 1930. My dad is 4 days older than Warren Buffett, and I grew up with a mini Warren Buffett. Now, my dad, we started with nothing. Mom and dad were born right at the beginning of the Depression, and they figured out how to change their stars. They figured out how to change their life. They grew up during the Depression, which was very difficult. And as you connect the dots backwards, you can see why my mom and dad had the different thoughts they had, because their parents had these thoughts and their grandparents had these thoughts. My dad, one of his grandpas lost the family farm because they did not have enough money to pay the taxes. And that, when you connect the dots going forward to my father, it had a major impact on him 2 generations away, which has made an impact on me, that has made an impact on my children, and is making an impact on you. So as you connect the dots backwards, you can see how that this is making a big difference in people's lives. Now, our goal is to improve generations of lives. Every person you see, every person you meet, when you're on the subway or you're on the bus, you're out walking around and you see this masses of people, every one of them have a couple things in common. Number one, they're just like you. They're just like you. Every life is precious, and every life is a spirit and soul, and they're our brothers and sisters, and we have to figure a way to help them have a better life, because that's really what we're trying to do, is to help people to have a better life. Also, every one of those people are going to have, they're going to make, manage, and spend millions and millions of pesos, yuan, yen, dollars, whatever it is, but they all are going to do that. They're all going to have to be responsible for bringing money into their life, figuring out how to make a difference with that, and how to be able to survive on it. Right now, there's 5 steps. Make more money. Separate it. You need to create systems. Now, systems are important, because my companies have run millions and millions, hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars worth of sales. And the systems that I used and learned from my dad, the simplicity of them, I used those same structures as we went on to do hundreds of millions of dollars worth of sales, hundreds of millions of dollars worth of, all kinds of different things and investments and things like that. Step number 3, you have to give some of it away. You just got to give someone away. And right now we're kicking off our mandate. We're kicking off the Make a Difference program. I've got some great news for you. Our good friend and one of our co-founders, Ethan Bird and his wife, Megan, are coming to the Philippines next week. And we're so excited to have them come there because they're a major part of what we're doing in our Make a Difference program. If it wasn't for Ethan and his wife, Megan, we wouldn't have Johnson. We wouldn't have Daryl. We wouldn't have all the other people that he's reached out to and enrolled. If we didn't have Melody at Mabuhay Deseret Foundation, we wouldn't have the vast majority of you. Connecting the dots, you can see how Ethan has made a huge impact by simply sharing this with many people, but specifically Johnson and Daryl, and how they then took it to the next level and shared it and shared it and shared it. So as you go back and connect, you can see how all of these people have made such a massive difference in other people's lives. So our mandate is to be able to improve generations of lives. Now, the way we do that, of course, is by providing free success and money classes for anyone, anywhere. We have the platform. This is not my foundation. This is your foundation. My wife and I were just the ones that planted the seed. You are the ones that are making this go. You're the ones that are telling other people about it. Over 700 of you have shared your free link and enrolled someone else to get a free membership. You're doing it. This is your foundation. You're the ones that are making it happen. And I'm so excited to show you some of those great leaderboards that we've created so you can see who the top referrers are, the top enrollers, the top influencers. They're the ones making the massive difference. And again, when your life comes to an end, they say that the whole world passes before your eyes when you pass away. Well, what happens is you pull out your phone and you look at all the pictures. And if the pictures are good pictures, then you lived a good life. If the pictures are bad pictures, you probably didn't. So you can change the pictures on your phone. You can change what you do. You are the change that needs to come to the world. As you look in the mirror, you're the ones going to make that happen. But as a foundation, we do that by providing the Success and Money classes. Now, we do this for anyone, anywhere, Success and Money Foundation. And right now, it's mostly in English. We're starting to branch out into other languages. It's really a challenge to do, but you'll see that we're starting to do that, and we're going to be doing even more than that. Okay. Now, our goal is to have 1 million hours of free classes that our students have gone through. Now, we've gone through 100,000 hours, and that is amazing. That is massive. That's just, I'm just going to be honest with you. When I started building the foundation, I really didn't know if it would work. The first 2 years, it was a massive struggle. We had to rip it down, start over about 4 times because things weren't working and this wasn't working and stuff like that. And I honestly didn't think it was going to work, but I knew I had to try, and I was okay failing. I was okay trying. And if I could make it work, crossing it off and not having any regrets. The regrets you have are when you don't try something. You're afraid of failure. I'm okay with failure. I don't have a problem with failure. Failure is good. And I hope I fail faster so I don't waste as much time going down a road that I shouldn't go down. But this is what our mandate is to get to 1 million hours. Now, we got to 100,000 hours, and it's because of you. You're the ones that are sharing that. And we're going to add some new layers of systems to help us get to a bigger number. Because truly, the only way that you can change someone's life, to improve someone's life, to give them a better life, is to study other people, study other success and money people. And your goal is to take whoever they are and give them a little bit better life. Move them up a notch, move them up a level, move them up a level, move them up a level. It's not going way up here. It's going up little steps, little steps, little steps. And you do that over a period of time, and it will make a huge difference in their lives. Now, to do that, we need 100,000 students. Right now, we've got about 8,000 students, which is just amazing. But we need to do that. And before I die, we got to get this number done. I'm 63 years of age, and I'd like to see this done before I'm 70. Hopefully we'll do it faster than that, but this is where I'm, I passed up on all kinds of business opportunities. I got to be straight with you. There's recession and stuff like that. I took my eye off off of all my investments and stuff like that. And I've had more losses this last 2 years than I have my whole life put together. But I'm focusing over here. I'm 63. I've only got so much time on this earth, and I got to get some stuff done. And this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. So my wife and I are totally committed. We're all in on this. But to get there, we need 100,000 students, and that's okay to get there. And I'd like to get there within the next 7 years, and hopefully a lot faster than that. Now, our real goal is to help people open up investment accounts. Why do we say investment accounts? Because it's very simple. If you open up an investment account, you think differently. I want you to think like Bill Gates. I want you to think like Elon Musk. I want you to think like my father. I want you to think like me. I want you to think like Robert Allen or Mark Victor Hansen or Steve Jobs or Warren Buffett, or any of these successful people. I want you to start thinking like they do. And if you copy what they did, you can have the same outcome. Now, it may not have the zeros behind it, but if you simply study successful people and do what they do, you can also be successful, and you can move up a notch. Now, they might be moving up major notches because of leverage and they've got a lot of zeros behind it. I don't really care about that. All I care about is that you're progressing. Green things grow and ripe things rot. Our goal is to continue to be green and growing. And our goal is to help open up all these investment accounts because it changes the way you think. We need you to starting small businesses. Our goal is to improve people's lives, to get the standard of living moved up. Warren Buffett talks about that in his lifetime, 3 of his lifetimes is when basically the country was settled in America. So it hasn't been that long, 3 of his lifetimes. Maybe it's actually a little bit less than that. So that's what our goal is to make a huge difference. And the reason we talk about so much about the investment accounts is because it makes you start thinking differently. But you're going to need small businesses. You're going to need real estate. You're going to need investments. You're going to need all that stuff because the countries of the world are printing too much money. They are inflating the world because they're paying out too much money. So what do? They simply print more money. So what happens is that in step number 5, which is your save and spend, the cost of living has gone up and you're getting squeezed. Step number 1 is make more money. Step number 5 is to save and spend. The problem is that the cost of living is going up. And so you don't have the money you need to get over to step number 4, which is to automatically invest. The way you're going to get generational wealth is get money into that step number 4, get that money into the wealth formula, put money away every week, every month. And honestly, I don't care where the stock market's going because I'm not selling tomorrow. Warren Buffett gets kind of sad if the stock market goes too high because he can't buy more stuff. He's looking 10 years down the road and 20 years down the road, and he's 92 right now. But he's still thinking down longer. So we're looking to invest in great companies that are going to do well down the road, not just tomorrow. Okay. So that's so important of the way we do that. That's why we talk so much about investment accounts, but you're going to do all kinds of stuff. You're going to have small businesses. You're going to have real estate. You're going to have all kinds of things that we're going to be able to do. Now, the way we do that is that we have to enroll more students. Now, it's kind of funny, but we need to have more students that will enroll more students. That will enroll more groups. All right. So to get to this big number, we need more students that will enroll more students that will enroll more groups. And so this is where a lot of my focuses I've been starting to change. I've met with the president of Utah Valley University, President Tuminez, who is actually from the Philippines. She grew up in the Philippines in a very humble beginnings. She did very well. She ended up going to Harvard in America, and now she is the president of a major university that has over 40, maybe almost 50,000 students. I met with them. I've met with BYU Pathway just about 2 weeks ago. They have 60,000 students, and what we're doing is we're a launching pad. We have great information to help people get started. And then after that, they can jump into other things that are going to help them get there. My good friend, Brian Sudwicks, has a whole program that he did for Brigham Young University, and it's called personalfinance.byu.edu. So once you've really mastered the stuff that we're teaching, you've been through 20, 30, 40, 50 hours of our stuff, then there's all kinds of next places that we want to help you go. Okay, so that's how we do it. But what you got to do is, in order for us to get there, we need you to enroll more students. That will enroll more students. That will enroll more groups. And today we're going to show you some new leaderboards that Jake has created, we're so excited to have Jake as one of our newest members of our team, that he's created that we're going to show you photos of the top enrollers and the top influencers. Now, the difference is that enrollers, the people that you personally enrolled, and influencers, the people that you enrolled, plus the people that they enrolled, and the number of hours. Right now, we've got a couple of people here with us, Johnson and Daryl and Ethan, that and Carlisle. Those are our top 4, and those guys are anywhere from 3,000 hours to over 5,000 hours, that by them opening their mouth and enrolling other people, that enrolled more people that have gone on and started learning the success strategies, are changing lives. You connect the dots backwards and you can see how amazing these guys have done and how they've done it. We're going to be showing you that in the next section. Now, the second plan is that we need to enroll influencers and connectors and sneezers. So this is a marketing term. So what is an enroller? An enroller is someone you know that you've enrolled. An influencer is if you enroll somebody and then you help them enroll more people. That's an influencer. So I'm an enroller. I enrolled these people right here, but it doesn't stop there. Now I want to go help them enroll other people. Okay, now we're a nonprofit educational foundation. So there's nothing here for you to buy. It's a reverse thing that we're trying to do, is we're trying to support you with financial rewards as you do that, because we know that will make a huge difference. And we have, oh gosh, we sent out probably 15 to 20,000 small financial rewards that you put into your investment accounts. So that's what's so important. And the way we're going to be doing this and getting very aggressive going forward is the enroller and the influencer. Now, what's a connector? A connector, you know, if I was to look at Robert Allen or myself or Mark Victor Hansen, we're connectors and sneezers. Now, a connector is somebody who connects people together. Now, if you said that I needed to talk to President Tuminez from Utah Valley University, can I actually get to her? Well, my friend Steve Gibson's a friend of hers. So I introduced Steve, and Steve introduces me to President Tuminez. There's a fun game called The 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, because he's this movie star. And you can get to anybody in 7 moves. I know this person who knows this person who knows this person who knows this person. As you connect the dots, you can see how these dots connected going backwards. So your job is to connect people. The sneezer is somebody that when you talk, it sneezes. It puts out a good virus, not a bad virus, but a good virus. And you look at that, of all the people that have made the biggest impacts around the world, they are what we call sneezers. When they talk, people listen. Okay, so that's one of the things that we want you to do. And when you talk to people, you are a connector. You're connecting people. And when you sneeze, you're trying to give them a good virus. And that good virus is the information that you're teaching. So you're going to be all 3 of those things. Now, if we do this, that will help our foundation go viral. The goal is to go viral, because that's how we're really going to improve the world. Now, number 3, our students need to attend more classes and open more investment accounts and start small businesses. This is how you're going to make the big difference. You need to go to more classes. Once you go to those classes, there's all kinds of wonderful resources that we can add to that. And then get those investment accounts going, get those investments going, get those small businesses going, get that real estate going, get all these things up and going. And then to be able to do that, that's going to make a huge difference. So that's step number 3. Now, how do we do it? By you. You are the ones that are doing this. You're the ones that are sharing the wealth of free success and money classes. You're the one that's making this happen. And I just applaud you. I am so grateful for you. I want to just congratulate every one of you for making such a huge difference out there. You're doing an amazing job out there. And I'm going to have Jake pop up, if you would please, the top influencers. In fact, I think I might have that too, Jake, if you need it. So the top refers for this last week. I'm going to pop there and show you that, unless you have it, Jake. Let's see.
I have it as well, but I think you might have a better version of it.
Okay.
I have it pulled up right now if you want to look at it.
I'm going to have you pull it up.
Okay, it's sharing.
Okay, so Jake's got it right there. Okay, awesome. All right, so you can see right here, and as we send out the email on a weekly basis, this is the top referrers. And you'll see that Francis and it looks like Marilee and Daryl are the top ones right there with the number of referrals. Now, the way this is sorted, it's by the number of hours that your students go online, because that's a natural consequence. The more people you enroll is wonderful, but it's really, did you go to class? Did you go to class, and can I help you get to the next level by going to class? You know, what's funny is that I've enrolled a lot of people, even teachers, that haven't done anything, you know, which is kind of bass backwards. I wouldn't think that that would be the case, but you can see this is the people that are making the big difference out there. And so that's what we were talking about today. I'm so grateful for every one of you for being part of this. I want to show you some really cool new toys that we've created just for you. And we're going to come back in our second segment and do that part. We're going to be launching our Make a Difference program shortly. That happens next week. Our good friend Ethan and co-founder is going to be out. He's coming to your town. He's flying. He and his wife are flying all the way to the Philippines next Monday. They'll be there Wednesday, and they're going to be there next Thursday for our big launch on our Make a Difference Live that we're going to be doing, and we're going to be talking about the next segment. So stay